All right. All right. So like when I feel some type of way, just for the record, I don't really trade. Just because your mind should always be like where it needs to be in order to like implement your trades. But I did mark up and it is a few setups that I saw. So I'm gonna go over the ones that's like super clear. Um, and if you guys took any of the ones that we went over briefly last week, I know a lot of people hopped on late. The call last week was super quick. Um, so I had just shared like some markups. Most of them played out. I remember I had shared my students' markups because my aunt had passed away last week, so I didn't mark up. I think I had re-looked at everything. I think everything from last week had played out, if I remember correctly. Um, but I was looking at it briefly. I didn't trade it all last week. So for this week though, gold is like super pretty. But before you get in it, draw a trend line at the top and set an alert right here. Let's say like right there. So you see how when the market opened up, it came here and then it pushed back down, and like right now price is sitting on this level. In order for you to execute this trade for a buy, you need price to break away, come back and retest, and then that is your confirmation for the buy. Don't just let it push up and you get in, because it could easily push back down, just kind of like this. A lot of people, when the market first opened, I think those quick candles, it looked like a lot of bullish momentum here. And then you see here, we have like prices sitting on this line. You don't want it to end up being consolidation like over here on the left, and then it dropped down again. So this is how you enter with confirmation so that you don't get faked out, okay? But overall, there is heavy divergence on like the 1 hour, the 4 hour. We just need to make sure that it doesn't do another push down like this, because the thing about divergence is that you never know when price is going to finish diverging. You never know when a channel is finished. Like that's not something, like the market is not going to tell you that. You wait on your confirmations before executing your trades. That is how you don't lose trades, okay? So do not trade what you think, trade what you see. Y'all hear me say that all the time because it's very serious. Right here where we are, we're sitting on a weekly foundation level, which also means consolidation, which is why this has been diverging in this range. Literally, I think this started diverging last week. Let me see, what date is this? This started diverging on March 1st. What's today? The 7th? So yeah, exactly last week. So again, wait for this to finish. And then after this breaks above here, let it do something like this. It needs to break above, then retest, then you have a confirmation for the buy. And then let's say carry it to, actually, let me draw this properly. Hold on. Let me find a, something like,
Excuse me, it's people that's like in the waiting room, or they saying it's a capacity cap?
oh, dang, I forgot.
People texting me like, "Are you on?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, like, like, I forgot to pay for Zoom. Okay, they can just catch the recording. I can't pay for it while y'all like sitting on here. I mean, I guess I can if y'all want to wait for a second. I'm not about to like, that's awkward. I'm sorry. Give me a second. My bad. Dang, that's crazy. I thought that it like pays automatically, but I don't have the basic one. Or maybe, I don't know. Hold on, let me see. Dang, that's awkward. My bad, y'all. Wait, no, it says active.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Hold on, let me see. Let me see one last thing.
I think it might be capped at 100 because that's what happened to some of us last week. It said that it had reached its max.
Oh
So it's
man,
probably capped.
man, that's so crazy. Hold on. But I don't know why I don't auto renew. Like I swear I had this on auto renew. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me.
Sure.
That's so awkward. I was looking at it. I was like, dang, why ain't going above 100? Okay. So do you think they can get on now? Do y'all see the number going up? Because I definitely just.
It's going up.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Let me put a message in the chat. Sorry, you guys. I forgot. No, I'm not gonna say that. Sorry, you guys. I didn't realize. On my Zoom. I'm so sorry. Okay. Ariel, who messaged you? People from your group?
Yeah, it was Sanithrius and like 2 other people who like I be telling them to get on your calls, and I was like, well, you should be on time or early, dude.
Yeah. I'm here. I was on time. I just couldn't get in. I'm here.
Oh
Lord. Thank you, Ariel. Thank you, Jessica. I'm happy to be in the house.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. All right. So quick recap. Basically what I was saying for everybody that just hopped on, gold is going to go into a buy, but you need to wait for confirmations for gold to go in a buy. If you are a current student of mine, y'all know that y'all are not trading right now. So just look this, chuck it to the bag, check it on the side. You can't trade right now. So really it's irrelevant for you, but you can just follow the markups so that by the time y'all get to the end of the course, it's fine. But if price, what I was saying was right here, price is sitting here. And at the beginning of the market, or at the beginning of when the market opened, I think around 6 a.m., this was here. The market was here. So we had all of this bullish momentum here. And then right now, price is sitting on this trend line. In order to verify this buy, you need price to break away and then come back to retest this trend line. And that is what is going to give you confirmation for this buy, because this buy can easily, you see right here where price kind of pushed up and it had this wick right here on this trend line. Let me go to 15 minutes. Up here, price kind of wicked above this trend line and then fell back all the way down. Make sure that doesn't happen over here. So you don't want this to happen, where price continues to diverge lower and lower. Divergence is, I don't really use it as the end all be all. Like honestly, the RSI is the only indicator that I will use sometimes to really see divergence, just because divergence is just another confluence that, okay, the market's about to change direction. But again, it's not the end all be all, because something can stay in a channel forever, something can diverge for forever. And I'm also gonna go to UJ and show you guys a UJ, last week, UJ was diverging heavily, but it failed to break to the downside, which is why you always need multiple confirmations before you get in anything. So like, let's say, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me find something. I don't see a channel that's equivalent to that one. So let me just find something else, or actually we can use this. All right, so here, y'all see it's kind of the same thing happening. So you have divergence right here, and then you have this here, and then it's broke to the upside. But do you see how in order to confirm the buy, price literally broke above this area, then retested it to confirm that was a buy? Y'all see it? Make sense? So to confirm this entry, you need something to happen like this. Okay, there we go. Like this. Something like that. Kind of like that. But y'all get the concept. After it pushes up, it's gonna push up to, let's say, we can say this range here. Really, let's just say this previous support and resistance that I have up here. So when gold actually makes the move to the upside, it's gonna be a beautiful move. But again, make sure this does not continue to diverge first, because it can literally, again, do this, this, before it actually breaks up, okay? Got it? Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So UJ, this is what I was talking about when I was like, this is why you need to wait for your confirmations. So I think this was actually 3 weeks ago, because I haven't marked up UJ in a while. So this was 3 weeks ago when I marked this one up. So remember, and I'm gonna go back through y'all's YouTube videos. I know I haven't posted. I definitely didn't post last week. The week before that, I don't think I did, but the week before that I did. I think that was the one that this was on. So here we have point A to point B. Price pullback, which was like, this was such a beautiful trade because it was a common sense trade. Common sense trades are like the trades that you pop your standards on because you know exactly where it's going. And it's just like, if you don't, then it's a problem. Let's just say that. So we have a break here. Price to retest here. It literally was a perfect break and retest of this trend line here. And then, yeah, because we talked about this, because I set the alert while we were actually on this call. And price broke, retested, and then I had it selling to this negative 27, which was the TP1 of this actual structure. And then it was also a trend line bounce of the major structure that was there. So let me just go to the 4 hours so you guys can see. So we had this impulse up. So we had this impulse up. Then we had a lot of consolidation because this was like a 4 hour trend line here. We broke above this. Then we had another pullback. Broke above. So all we did was have a trend line bounce here. The TP on this negative 27, which is minor structure. You always have, remember, minor structure moves is right now. You always have minor structure inside of your overall major structure. The minor structure is your right now moves. That's your right now money. And that's the money that you banking on. If you look too far into the future, you're going to lose your trades every time. But you still need to be aware of the future because the future is telling you the overall picture of what is occurring. You just need to be able to see. It's kind of like, think about it like life in terms of time, right? So you have months, and then you have years, and then you have weeks. Excuse me, yourselves. You have months, you have years, you have weeks, then you have days, right? So in regards to the market, you're not looking at like the weeks of your life when you're telling somebody about your life, right? If somebody asks you like what happened this month or whatever, you can name a few things, but you can't tell me day by day what happened at the end of the month, what happened in your everyday life. Does that make sense? So you take each day that you wake up in the morning, day by day, right? You don't look at it like week by week. I hope that was a good analogy. Maybe it wasn't, but it made sense to me. So hopefully y'all got it. But yeah. So here, this break and retest, then it hits negative 27. So what I was saying when it comes to the whole divergence thing, to get back to that, this was diverging here and here, right? This is why you don't use divergence only as your confirmation, because it can always, anything is possible in the market. So you need multiple confirmations, which is called confluences, to add up to your final result as to why you get in a trade and why you don't get in a trade. So I don't go by divergence alone. I don't go by the RSI alone. I know a lot of people just use indicators in general. No. So here we have point A to point B, and then this is what I mean by major structure always tells the overall move. You always need to be aware of your major structure. Okay, so we have this point A to point B in terms of this overall like fib direction, I guess you would say. Then we have TP1 hit here, then price shot up literally the end of last week to our TP2. So we're at negative 61.8 now, but we're also at a weekly foundation level. So students, would you like to tell everybody what that means? Anybody? No. Consolidation.
Consolidation.
Auto consolidation.
Yes, yes, it means consolidation, which means even though this is at negative 61.8 right now, because we are at this weekly key level, we not just about to hop in for a sale just because we see negative 61.8. Okay, remember, even with that, you need your confirmations. Right now, this still got some bullish momentum right here. We see all this like candlestick exhaustion at the bottom. So, but there is divergence starting to form again. So let me show you guys. We have this coming up like that. We have this going down like that. Okay, which means what? This is gonna break down, but make sure you have your confirmation for the breakdown. Don't just happen to sell. I mean, but you can though. Look, I'm just, okay, look, let me actually backtrack. I'm not here to implement my trading style or belief on you guys. I just show you guys how I trade. I believe in perfect entries because I don't like drawdown. Drawdown is not, Jessica Lane, anybody that know me, like even in my course, we go over entries 4 times because I don't like drawdown. I don't. So if you perfect entries, you don't have to worry about getting your account in massive drawdown or, you know, having to worry about your account blowing or over leveraging because you're waiting. I would much rather wait on my entry. Like everybody say trading is patience, right? Trading is patience, 100%. But I would much rather wait on my entry and be patient getting in than to be patient sitting in drawdown, because then we just not gonna agree. Okay, makes sense? Okay, so where we are right now, again, this is a weekly level, which means consolidation. So just make sure this does not do something like this. Hold on, let me find some more. I really should have did my markups before I hopped on this call with y'all, but that's neither here nor there. Give me a second. No, that's not cute. That one's not either. It's very awkward that I'm like, because I wonder what I look like while I'm like looking for these patterns, because my mind be in a different space. Let me, hold on y'all though. I really need to figure what looks similar. Okay, I'm just gonna do a flip around because then they're not exact. So let's take, we can take this. Yep, we can take this. They're like, what is that? Where you get that from? They don't look nothing like that. Okay, so this actually, hold on. Let me, oh no. All right, there we go. Like this. I try to find one with a little peak, the little situation that's going on right there. So it's not exact. I'm kind of like rushing it because y'all on here, but something like this. So right here, look for this. Before you enter this cell, just draw a trend line at the bottom. Once this finishes diverging also, because this is divergence and it's still kind of continuing. So let's say something in there. Then let's actually look at minor structure so y'all can see this. And again, don't think too far into the future, but wait for the break and retest of this trend line. Kind of like that. It's not as pretty as I like it, but the bars aren't as pretty as I like it, but y'all get the point. UJ is gonna fall, but oops, not that. UJ is gonna fall, but wait until we look and see kind of what's happening at this weekly level, because I can still see this pushing up just a little bit before the drop happens. Now, this is also on minor structure, a small little pull down here. But again, this is minor structure. The way this is pulling back, if it breaks this high, you know for a fact that it's going to the weekly level. If not, then this is called scenarios, okay? Because a lot of people in trading, they don't really know how to understand, I don't want to say options, but in trading, you have to be like water. You cannot have your mind 100% set. You have to be able to adapt. Trading is adapting, just like boxing. Like if somebody throw a punch, you can't just be like, oh, I'm about to throw a punch back. No, you literally look to see what they throw, and then that tells you what you throw next, even though some of y'all probably don't know nothing about boxing, but it's the same kind of concept. Like it's like life. Like when something happens, you can't do anything about what happens. You have to understand how you're going to react to what is happening. Make sense? Y'all got UJ? So UJ, you looking for a fall, okay? Moral of the story. But just make sure it doesn't pull up to that weekly trend line first, or the weekly foundation level first. And then I'm not leaning towards this fib, but I'm just letting you know if it, like I'm giving you A and B. If it pushes above this wick, it's going to the weekly trend line, and then you expect the fall from there. If not, if it continues just like this, kind of here, either way, the best bet is to draw your trend line and then set your alert. And then once it drops under your alert, like you already know what's happening. Okay. Let me actually paste this now. All right, what's next? GU, I was looking at earlier. So I have a sell for GU. One of my students have it dropping from here straight down, but with this little trend line here, let's say this is like a 1 hour. So let me actually change colors. Blue. This is like a 1 hour trend line here. This is my first move. I don't have it going into a buy too much. It's definitely gonna fall, but oh, let me pull it back so y'all can see. It's this little green 4 hour trend line here. It's gonna fall, but the thing is how far it's gonna pull back before. Right here, it's kind of in this little range at this previous level of support that's now resistance right here. If y'all see this, but it can also go to this level of resistance here. You see that? Support tested as resistance. And I'm leaning more so towards this one. So with GU, look and see if this first level of resistance gets broken, because that's going to tell you that, okay, it's pushing to this next level of resistance. And it's resistance and support all right here in both of these levels. So like, let's just actually scoot this out so you guys can see here, this level here. Y'all see that? that. So wait for that to pull back. If it breaks right here, then it's going to push up to this next level, which is that trend line bounce. If it doesn't break, it can push down to this negative 27 again, and then look for that trend line bounce. Those were the main ones that I had, like they were clear as day. Euro JPY last week. I mean, honestly, I wish that I had gave this to y'all last Saturday or Sunday, because this was kind of like common sense perfect. So price had pushed to a negative 61.8, and this is actually a direct correlation to what I'm talking about with UJ. So right here, we have a monthly foundation level. UJ is a weekly foundation level, remember? So two different things, but it's the same concept. So we have this monthly foundation level, but then price pushed down. So if I actually show y'all this on a monthly time frame so y'all can see the overall, let's see this, okay. So UJ respected all these EJ respected all these highs all across the top, right? So right now it's literally sitting on a monthly trend line. So remember, the yellow is the monthly trend line, okay? So if we look down to where price currently is, we broke this monthly trend line, came up to the negative 61.8 to basically finish the move of what was actually happening. We already know negative 61.8 means reversal, but remember that monthly level means that price isn't just gonna push away completely. So because we're sitting in between a monthly trend line and a monthly foundation level, which means that that's a very critical area, okay? That's why price, when it hit this negative 61.8, it came right back to this monthly trend line, then reversed and came right back up. And now we have consolidation. But what I'm trying to see is, because there are two fibs that can be drawn on here, but I don't have neither one because it's such a critical area. It's like, remember the song, When I Move, You Move, just like that? Structures have to be broken for this to play out. But right now it's going to consolidate a little bit because we are in these critical areas. Now, if you are a scalper or you understand structure in terms of major and minor structure, you can trade between critical areas, but you have to understand how to read them, okay? So right here, once this breaks down, yes, it's clear as day it's going to come down to this red daily trend line because that's the major structure that's there. But are you going to get in that right now? No. Okay. This is what I mean by like waiting for your confirmations. Like, even though that's the overall move, this is the type of trade where somebody will see a chart and they'll be like, or they'll listen to somebody, they'll be like, oh, like this is going to fall. And then they get in and then like it plays out next week. But they done lost all their money and then they be mad next week, like, oh, it did exactly what I thought it was gonna do. Like, but you didn't understand your entry, so it don't matter. Okay, so where we are, this critical area here, this is a minor structure fib that's there. Let's put that there. So because it's consolidating like this, I don't like the way this is arranging. I'm going to put, with this level here, let me make this a little bit shorter. This was last Thursday that I think for one of my students, I don't even know who it was, but I had marked this up while they were on the call to go to here, but it was just because every single point right here, when you look left to the left, 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 there was complete like, okay, price drops, price drops, price drops. So when I came here, I told her, don't carry it all the way to this monthly trend line just because you think it's gonna go there. You need to carry it to that last level of resistance because that is what you see. Carrying it to this trend, carrying it to the foundation level is what you think, not what you see. So coming here, we're in this range right here. It's kind of a lot of bullish momentum. If these candles kind of consolidate a little bit, it's gonna push back down to this, like basically this support level. If it breaks above, it's gonna retest and push to this negative 27 here at the top. So something like this. If you want to trade this, this would be definitely be one that I would set an alert on, because this is literally like, I mean, this is a trade. But again, The only way this is going to push to this negative 27 is if this, what's the word I'm looking for? If this supply and demand zone is broken. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to y'all?
Yes.
Okay, because I definitely know for a fact it's gonna push up here, but the question is, look at this, look at all of this. This is an actual example of what I'm talking about, so this can make sense. Do you see how here, EJ, and this was the whole month of December, actually the end of November going into December. Do you see how EJ just ranged in these levels all right here? And all right here, like these were all previous 1 hour fibs that I had on here that were, oops, not that. These were all fib levels that were broken and retested all throughout. So we have here, 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 TP1, TP2, like, and this is what I mean by you have to understand structure to be able to trade in the midst of consolidation, because all of these are easy trades. If you understand, you see how every single negative 61.8, okay, we have price reverse, right? This is a TP1 right here, like a negative 27. So if I go here to here, you see point A, point B, negative 27, okay, TP1's hit. Right here, point A, point B, okay, negative 61.8's hit. So if you understand your structure in terms of minor structure, you can trade in between it so that you can capitalize off the moves, but you have to understand kind of what structure is doing. So even here to here, price hit there, negative 61.8, boom, boom, boom. There we go. Make sense? So up here, where we are right here, this whole little kind of consolidation area that's forming, you don't want to get caught at the top of this thinking that it's going to buy if you don't have confirmation that it's going to buy, because just like right here, my confirmations is my fibs once I have the structure that's there to draw them on. I'm not going to take a buy at the top of this if I don't have confirmation that it's about to buy above this. And I'm also not going to take a sell at the bottom of this if I don't have confirmation that it's going to sell below this, which is also why, like I told y'all with that gold trade, make sure that you don't just hop in just because you see price selling, because the average person, like let's say right here, let's put this on replay mode so y'all can see this. Now, let's say it's somebody that don't use fibs and they literally see all this bearish momentum right here and they don't understand where they are in the market. So let's just look at that. The average person, like if you saw price literally shooting down like this, you would happen to sell right here because you like, oh, bet it broke support. I'm about to go in for a sell. It's a whole bunch of bearish momentum. We about to fall, right or wrong? I know I'm right, so y'all don't have to validate that. But they would just hop in for a sell. And it's like, oh, the market's tanking, yay. And then price gonna play out. And it's like, ooh, thought it was. Then goes up, boom. Do you see? Do you see like what I mean by waiting for that confirmation?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so trades for the week, recap, UJ sell, gold buy, Euro JPY is a it is a consolidation trade. It is going to hop to this buy. When it comes back to this level of resistance, it's going to sell. But I can't tell you how long it's going to consolidate first, so don't mark my words on that one. This is one that y'all going to have to set y'all alerts and literally, I mean, I can give y'all updates during the week about it, but aside from what is actually shown right now and what is in front of our faces, I definitely see it pushing up here, but it's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. And that's that. And then GU was also the trade. So the main ones I would say is gold, GU, and UJ. Okay. Y'all
Can you
got
look at EU?
it? Sure. What do you want me to look at? To tell you what's going to happen?
Yes.
Okay, so I haven't looked at it at all, so give me a second. So it's approaching a negative 61.8 right now. But it's a whole bunch of bearish momentum going on. It's gonna buy to here and then look and see what happens after that. That's probably about like 40 pips. So it's gonna buy to there and then look to see if it pushes down again, because it's also approaching a monthly trend line. Yellow is monthly trend line, and then that dotted line is a weekly foundation level, and it's a negative 61.8. So it's definitely coming down there, but I see it pulling back before it makes its fall down there. So look for something like, but this is such a steep trend line that I don't like it, but look for something like, actually we can just get the replica. One, two. We're just gonna grab the whole thing. I don't like how steep this is, because anytime you got something super steep, is at any given time it can pop. But I definitely see it pulling back to that area there. And it actually, that area there is a previous level of support. So let's just put that there. So look for it to retest this level of support that was broken to confirm, or not to confirm. Actually, just look for it to retest that level of support, but it's definitely gonna fall somewhere. How do we know it's gonna fall somewhere? Actually, a couple things, and I can make this green at this point. Let's make this a 4-hour trend line. I don't even know why it's purple. So, first reason is because this green trend line that was broken never got retested. Boom. First reason. Second reason, this is a monthly trend line. If I go to the monthly, don't get confused by all these fibs y'all about to see. So, okay, y'all see, okay, it's too much going on. So, and y'all know I don't delete my charts, but just take my word for it that that's a monthly trend line, okay? Then you have negative 61.8 that has not gotten hit. So, and then you have a weekly foundation level. So it definitely has to go there. But where it is right now on minor structure, there is divergence, and there was a level of support that was broken and never retested. So the right now move is a little small baby push up, and then we can look for a fall. Okay. Got it, guys? So I'll post this on YouTube and I'll put it in y'all's group also so that y'all have it. And I hope y'all have a wonderful night. All right.
Same to you. Thank you. Hey, do you have recorded video?
Thank you.
Jess.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.